Hey everybody, this is the Esoteric Cross. I make videos about how to gain your personal power while learning ancient secrets, and if that sounds like something that you're into, please hit the like button and subscribe and gain insight from this perspective in the cosmos. In this video, we're going to discuss the connections between the mind, the body, and the soul. The goal of this video is to empower you to focus on these three things and watch how they balance each other out and aid you in creating a more fulfilling life. We're going to get into the details of each of these three topics and talk about practical ways that we can improve each of these aspects. It's hard to say which one of these to start with first because they all have a great effect on each other. I think that the symbolism of an equilateral triangle is a good representation of these aspects. This is because each angle on this triangle is equal to each other, and if one was just slightly off, this would disrupt the symmetry of the shape. If we focus on the mind and improving it in any way possible, and the body and the spirit, we create this harmony and equilibrium within the self. This will lead to more powerful results when it comes to manifesting. It can lead to fulfillment and sustainability. When you change one, you are creating change within the others, positive or negative. When we are thinking really negatively, we set ourselves up for creating more issues within the body. Additionally, we are creating more energetic impurities within our aura. I don't particularly think it matters which one of these aspects you tackle first, but it is worth taking a look at all of them, perhaps doing some sort of evaluation, and decide to make at least one shift in each of them and commit to it. Come back a few weeks later and evaluate the results of these changes and decide what else needs to be done from there. First, let's dive into the topic of the mind. We are really talking about the mental body of consciousness. This can refer to the sharpness of the mind, logistics, ideas, and the ability to think through problems. This really boils down to thoughts and mental activity. Communication is also an important part of this aspect. We can improve the mind a lot by meditation. When we meditate, we are taking a step back and becoming the observer of the thoughts. There can be a powerful realization that we are not the thoughts, and our true consciousness is something else that observes. Having a true experience of this can be extremely life-changing and can lead to the disidentification and even the dissolution of these thoughts. This is a powerful way of releasing our doubts, insecurities, ruminations, and our attachments. Meditation greatly improves our awareness and our focus. This is leading to the improvement of that sharpness of the mind. We can reach a place where it becomes even easier to discern, make better decisions, and solve problems. I highly recommend meditation when it comes to the improvement of the mind. In addition to meditation, it would be a great idea to pick up some form of activity that improves the mind. Some of these things can be games that involve problem solving or actual problem solving in your own life. We can pick up reading, take a class, learn a new language, or learn more about mathematics. All of these things are challenging and will help us think quicker over time. We develop new neural pathways by doing these activities. Our result is expansion of the mind. It's also important to talk about the relationship between the left and right hemispheres of the brain. The left hemisphere rules our logic and analytics. The right hemisphere rules over our creativity. To me, this kind of feels like the science and the art of life. We have this powerful connection between these two hemispheres, and some people even get into the topic of the third eye or the pineal gland. I think there's an obvious message about this opening of the third eye thing. People relate intuition and psychic vision to this third eye. I argue that real intuition boils down to the ability to blend logic with emotions. I think that it makes a lot of sense to relate the opening of the third eye to developing the brain by learning and integrating knowledge, as well as tapping into emotions and the creative aspects of the self. These two things blended together in harmony creates a powerful psychic awareness. Finally, it's also worth noting working on the mind will include reprogramming the subconscious. We have so many beliefs, thoughts, and fears that keep us from improving ourselves and our lives. Another thing that we can do to work on this aspect is to write these things down and challenge them. If we can't agree that the complete opposite of these negative thoughts are true, then maybe we can bridge these two opposing statements halfway. We need to clean out the old clutter to form something new. The mind has a powerful effect on the body. When we are filled with negative thinking and fear, it can really take its toll on the body. Likewise, there have been many situations where people can create a lot of change within their body just by thinking. Even if that sounds a little far-fetched, think about it in this other way. When we think about that thing that is going to happen in the future that causes fear in us, our blood pressure raises, we may get red in the face, and the body is prepared to defend us against attack. Another way that we can look at this relationship is that we may create change starting with the mind. For example, if we have gained weight and we are not happy with our health, we might make a decision and a commitment to change it. It is the mindset shift that will determine the success of the goal in changing the body. The mind has a powerful effect on what we call our soul or spirit. Thinking can completely cloud up our energy. This is another reason that I highly recommend meditation, because what we're doing is cleaning the glass of the mind so that this consciousness can see clearly through it. There's this cheesy saying that where attention goes, energy flows. It's very true. When we're able to clear the tool of the mind, our awareness, attention, and focus has a clear tool to direct that energy. I think that this can really change our frequency and our aura. We often think that other people can't notice when we're stuck in a negative thought cloud, but they can. Even if it's not conscious, they can pick up on that energy. Let's dive into the topic of the body. Taking care of the body is extremely important because it's the temple or the vessel in which this consciousness operates through. We can make changes here that will greatly affect our energy and our lives. One of these changes might be to stop putting substances in our bodies that cause a lot of damage and harm. I think this is very wise because most of us don't really think about the chain reactions of chemicals within our bodies. Most of us are not doctors, biology majors, or chemists. These are not things that we really think about. I highly suggest looking into some of these things because it can really be a great motivation on changing how we treat our bodies. Healthy eating is an important factor in our well-being, and this is extremely obvious. I don't have to be a medical professional to tell you that not taking care of the body will lead to diseases. Take the time to do the research on the best ways to take care of yourself when it comes to food and nutrition. I know firsthand how the gut microbiome can change virtually every single aspect of your life, and we might talk about this a bit more as we get into the relationship between the body and the mind and soul. Any kind of movement or exercise will also be beneficial. There's a saying that an object in motion tends to stay in motion, and an object at rest tends to stay at rest. Think about the times in your life where you are very active versus the times when you didn't really do much of anything. Taking action and movement always seems to lead to higher levels of motivation and more movement. The body has a very powerful effect on the mind, and one example that I can give is the gut microbiome. Most of our neurotransmitters are created in the gut, and changing this microbiome can really change the mental aspects of consciousness. I know from personal experience how wrecking the microbiome can completely wreak havoc on the mind. Doing whatever you can to improve the microbiome will create powerful changes for the brain. The body's effect on the soul or spirit is also really important because the spirit is merged with the body to have this human experience here. I really think that the more that we can take care of the body out of the love that we have for ourselves, the more we are able to access higher states of consciousness, the more we are able to be in touch with our spirit, and the more we can experience our spiritual essence and share it with the world. Last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about the soul or the spirit. This is describing our life force energy, our consciousness and awareness. It's the divine spark. If you think about what you truly are for a moment, it may be hard to come up with an answer. We each are a collection of energy inhabiting a body, but we are not the body, we are not the emotions, and we are not the mind. There is this energy field that is behind all of that. What are some ways that we can improve this part of consciousness? Much like with improving the mind, we can practice meditation. Energy work is an extremely powerful way in working with this aspect. Energy work is the ability to move and manipulate this life force energy. If you want more information on that, you can check out some of the other videos on my channel, especially ones that are centered on ceremonial magic. I also have a course on ceremonial magic, which you can check that out in the link in the description below if you're interested. Practicing energy work is the way to really change the quality of your energy field with visualization and sensations. What we are doing is building up the light body, and we are building up this energy for us to feed on. Some other things that improve our soul or spirit essence is by living out our most authentic truth. We all have powerful desires that are kind of like compasses, and they should be treated as such. Let your desires guide you to your destiny and your gifts. Let passion and joy consume you, and throw yourself deeply into the work that lights you up. There is no better way to experience your true essence. Working on the spiritual essence with energy work and following our truth has a profound impact on the mind. We experience more happiness, and our gifts can be confirmed within the psyche. This can reinforce the positive beliefs that we have about ourselves and can lead us to improving the mind. It can lead us to learn new things and expand this consciousness. Building up the light body by practicing energy work is also very impactful on the physical body. Every time that we focus on building up our energy field, we are creating this fuel for our body to feed off of. This is providing nourishing sustenance for us to continue down our path. I hope that this video was helpful and valuable. I hope it provided some practical things that you can use to actually improve your life. I highly suggest doing some form of evaluation on these, and especially if you feel like you want to manifest something in your life that you feel like is being blocked. Make sure to check out the link in the description below to see what courses I offer, and if you want to work one-on-one with me, I do offer coaching as well. There are links in the description to this as well as to where you can book a tarot reading with me. I also have the link to my Patreon if you're interested in some live streams. And I hope there was something new that you were able to take away from this video. If so, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.